Alright, this is going to be a video of this 52-inch Hampton Bay brand Carriage House 2 ceiling fan that I got at my local Habitat Restore. I got it because, for those who don't know, I'm actually a volunteer there. And basically, what I do for them is refurbish ceiling fans received by the nation and make them more sellable and run better than how they previously came in. Now, just for anyone who's wondering, Hampton Bay is a Home Depot brand that makes all kinds of furnishings from around the house, but mainly focuses on fans and lighting. To actually make the fans for them, they chose various different manufacturers over different periods of time. This one, just like a lot of their more popular current models, is made by King Fans. Without any further ado here, I'm going to demonstrate it for you guys, and start with the light kit. As you can see, this does work, and I'm using 4 40-watt incandescent light bulbs in there that are candelabra base. And unfortunately, I did not have 4 matching compact fluorescent bulbs that fit in there, which is why I'm using incandescents. And I'll turn that off. Now turn the fan on and begin with the high speed. And if anyone wants to know exact information about RPM, CFM, amps and watts the fan uses on each speed, and that kind of thing, that can all be found in the description down below, because Hampton Bay was kind enough to include that with the instructions. Now, in terms of airflow, it actually does blow a decent breeze for a new fan. It isn't that great comparing to vintage models, but out of today's current ceiling fan selection, especially with a lot of new cheap Hunter models, it isn't actually all that bad. Next, for medium speed, medium does actually have a very slight wobble to it because one of the blades is slightly bent. However, it's really nothing major, and otherwise it is a pretty stable and quiet fan when it runs. Lastly, for low speed, which I'll show with the fan and light on running simultaneously here. Personally, I think it looks quite nice on low speed with the fan and light on at the same time. Especially how the light bounces off the blades and accents the color. Alright, I'll turn it off now. Stop the blades. And I'm going to be discussing some general information on the fan. Now, the Carriage House is currently available in 2 colors. This is the brushed nickel with chrome accents. It is also sold in, I believe, gold and bronze. And it seems like the brushed nickel one is slightly more popular than the gold and bronze, at least from what I've seen, though the gold and bronze does seem to be quite common for these as well. It was previously also sold in polished brass, but I believe that has been discontinued in most Home Depot stores, and also white and polished brass, which again has been discontinued. The fan is actually 100% brand new. This is actually the first time it's being used, because it was a return from Home Depot that ended up at the Habitat Restore. The reason it was actually returned is because it was missing 2 screws from the blade brackets. I did actually obtain replacements for those, so as you can see, the fan is now fully complete. Next, I'm going to be talking about the pros and cons of the fan, and what I would personally rank it out of 5 stars. Beginning with the pros, I actually do quite like the look, of the Carriage House fan. It does have a nice sleek style to it with the motor housing. And it's kind of a transitional model, meaning that it has contemporary elements, but also traditional ones as well, like the blade brackets and the light kit. It also has a very nice frosted linen style glass to it, which is a very nice touch, and is also quite versatile because the blades are reversible from rosewood to bleached cherry, and can be installed without the light kit if you order a separate part via the phone. Also, it isn't too bad of a quality fan at least by today's standards. Certainly is better than some other newer Hunter cheap models, like I said. And actually, overall, it performs pretty well for today's standards also. The Carriage house is also a huge childhood fan for me, particularly the polished brass and white and polished brass models. Not so much the brushed nickel and golden bronze ones, those were introduced later, but they do still hold significance to me in that way. What I don't like, however, is definitely by vintage standards, this fan is pretty cheap and flimsy, especially the way these chrome accents are held on, just cheaply siliconed in place. So it really is not the best fan in the world, and I probably would not recommend it if you're looking for something truly quality. But it isn't too bad, again, considering what else is out there today. And it does have some sentimental value, so overall I'd probably have to give it 4 out of 5 stars. Anyway guys, thank you for watching. I do hope you enjoyed the video, and there's lots more to come.